Okay, for number 28, you're given a function and you find the relative extrema and the points of inflection. And that means if they want the relative extrema, don't just give the x values, and same thing with points of inflection, you better get the y values too. So let's take the derivative for the first, for the relative extrema. So f prime of x would be 300 x squared minus 300 x. So we set that equal to 0, so we'll take out a 300x, and we get x minus 1. So you get critical points of 0 and 1. I put 0 and 0, 0 and 1. So we make a sign chart of 0 and 1, and it's a quadratic, so we know we can do positive, negative, positive. And so we have, if you look here, we have a max at 0 and a min at 1. So let's figure out what those values are. So for the first one, A, you have a relative min of something at x equals 1, so 1 comma. So stick a 1 in there and you get 100 minus 150 plus 50, so you get 0. So at 1, 0 you have a minimum. And that's the only one. And then if you go back and say a relative max of something at x equals 0, so 0 and the max would be 50, because if you put 0 in up there you get 50. So you have your relative extrema. So then go to B, you need the second derivative, so f prime prime of x is equal to 600x minus 300. So take out a 300 and you get 2x minus 1. So x is equal to 1/2. So you know you have a point of inflection at 1/2, but you have to substitute 1/2 back in. So 100 times 1/2 cubed minus 150 times 1/2 squared plus 50. So this would be 100 over 8 minus 150 over 4 plus 50. Well, so 50 over 8, let's just do it over 8, would be 400 over 8. So, sorry, 100 over 8 minus 300 over 8 plus 400 over 8 gives you, let's see, 100 plus 500, 100 plus 400 is 500 minus 300, so you get 200 over 8, which is 25. So, going back to answer the question, you have a point. Well, you know what we didn't do? We didn't double check that it was a point of inflection, because we didn't check that it went from positive to negative. But this is a positive sloped linear, so it would be like this. So sure enough, it goes from negative to positive. So I forgot to do that. That was important to check. Okay, a point of inflection at just say of, and then you can just do it. 1/2 25. All right. So that was the answer to number 28.